Greetings, beautiful ones. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, some bum myself there. What's going on the shelf? Okay, guys and gals, brews and brewers, I am back to share some information or messages from the consciousness of one, or we could call it downloads from their cache, or just observations. So my heart is urging me to share this information, and it is that the false structures that once were, whether this be in finance, housing, employment, fake spirituality, entertainment, all of those false structures or organizations or families never took part in any worship. What they do is not worship, because the figures that they claim to worship, nowhere in sacred text will you find that those deities condone that specific behavior. If you go deep into the text, you will always find that there's some manipulation of information. There's some misuse of a principle, law, deity, daemon. I had a dream once of a giant bull in chains, and it was a daemon. And what happens is these groups, these organizations don't invoke the demon, the deity, the spirit. They enslave, because they understand something, and that something is that all of spirit is in every single living being. All of us have every aspect of spirit. For example, we all have a Shiva in us, which is the creator and destroyer. We all have a Ma'at aspect of us, which is justice, balance. We all have a Anubis aspect of us, which is death, when we need to end habits, when we need to end relationships. What are we doing? We're putting death to it. Do you understand? So, in order to enslave a species or a consciousness, you have to enslave the spirit. What we know as God is made up of infinite energy in all forms, and that is why we, so that the human mind can understand it, have grouped them into angels, cherubs, seraphim, sirens, mermaids, Leviathan, Kraken. I must remember the snake spirit that they told me lives in the river. So if you know, please comment the name of the snake spirit. You know, so we find all of these names so that our human mind can comprehend it. But it's all God. It's all God. What they claim to be Satan. So as I started to speak of Satan worship, though, the phone just fell over. But basically what they call Satan worship isn't actually Satan worship, because the origin of Satan is Saturn, and why would a planetary body is a energy, I don't know why I give it a spheric energy need human fluid. Why? Like, let's just think about it logically. Let's forget about all the magic, the woo-woo and all of that. Why would a other planetary body that like can't even exist here in its physical form, because it would cause mass destruction, need human fluid and human suffering specifically, because must always be in suffering? You get what I'm saying? So something's very important to just apply logic. All of this is all blasphemy, and they hide behind these different names, but in the end it's just blasphemy. It's using trickery to manipulate energy. But magic is illusion, and it never lasts. And we're also living in the age of Aquarius, the age of truth. I explained to my son, an Aquarius in their optimal form will be strong, healthy, a truth speaker. And an Aquarius in their most distorted form would be unhealthy, extremely unhealthy, like Aquariuses are like fit. Extremely unhealthy, lie, manipulate, don't take accountability. Okay, so here we are. Don't ever, and even these groups blaspheming these deities, spirits, laws, belief systems is also a trap for you and I, so that we could either now, when we find out the truth and find out, oh no, so and so is worshipping this deity, so that we could then alienate ourselves from that specific energy. Oh no, then I can't associate with Sekhmet because this celebrity was channeling Sekhmet, and this celebrity was also consuming underage, blah blah blah, fill in the dots. You get what I'm saying? So it's a trap. It's a trap to see, are you still going to be part of the group mind? Or are you going to be God? Are you going to be sovereign? Are you going to think for yourself? The number one reason I went in hermit mode was because I realized the adults that I was hanging out with weren't nourishing me. More than anything, they were stealing from me. And not just actual stealing, like going in your pocket, stealing money, going in your car, stealing stuff, but stealing energy. Especially me being the person I am, being very excited about my ideas, and I always want to inspire people, and I'm always like building on people's ideas, and I just want to like have this utopia like that I know is possible in this realm. So the people around you can affect how you think, you know, and you have to be so conscious of that. And the best way to know if you think of the people around you are affecting how you think is to look at their actual living circumstances. How are they living? Are they thriving? Have they been stuck in that same space for years, you know? Are they still in their mama's house, but they don't have no kids, no girlfriend, nothing, not studying, so why is he still in his mama's house? Is he waiting for his mama to die? You know? Like everything, I notice everything, and it says a lot to me about what am I endorsing, what am I enabling, what am I saying, oh no, that's okay. So first check the patterns. Spend time every day in your meditation. After you were blooming with the Owens and they'll dance for people's pipe and everything, go home, take a shower, give yourself a nice hour-long pamper session. That's if you are able to do that. You're either childless or you're single. That's specific for my masculines, guys. I'm so passionate about, I love men's fashion, I love men's health. I mean, I had a father, I have 3 sons, so I don't see anything wrong with me, just loving men, loving taking care of men and all of that, you know, and that's also why I had to go into this hermit mode, so that I could just slow down and encounter true men who would actually reciprocate my nurturing with masculinity, and who would truly benefit from my nurturing and not just waste it away, you know, or go share it with other vacant, you know, like someone once referred to himself as a sunken ship. You shouldn't be around sunken ships, people who don't believe in themselves. I mean, how do you expect to progress if you're around people who don't believe in themselves? That's I'm very, very, very strict about who I allow in my energy. You know, there must be a really good reason for you to be here, especially if you're not aiming to be in your optimal energy, then there has to be a really good reason you're here, you know. Either you're really good at your craft, so you're an employee, or you're my children's father and you're showing effort to actually be here, you know, or you're a relative who's really putting effort to say, you know what, I want to be a positive impact on you and your children's lives. Yes, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm trying, you know, like, I'm so strict. Guys, you won't believe it. It's been 10 years of just me and my babies. So, to get back to the blasphemy, it's not worship. Don't ever associate any deity with any false system. What are you doing? Are you busy with chilies? No. Hello. Yeah, don't associate any, even belief systems. Like Christianity has a benevolent source, Islam has a benevolent source, Judaism has a benevolent source. All of these belief systems have a benevolent source, but they were basically, if you think of it as COVID, they were infected. So I trust that this information helped you a lot. You know, with everything that's happening now, I know a lot of information has been exposed all over our feed. Just be conscious that there's also a lot of distraction happening, so that you don't focus on yourself, most importantly, because you're the biggest thing that's happening right now. Like you growing, you being alive, you becoming healthy. That's the biggest thing happening right now. It literally just hit me. I was like, because yesterday I was like, you know, what are they trying to distract us from? You know, what are they busy with out there? And now, as I'm here saying this, I just realized that they're trying to distract you from yourself. They're trying to distract you from yourself. And some of this information is so perverted and graphic and disgusting that it's easy for you to just go and sink into a lower place, you know? Like, I felt so much sadness for this lady that was sharing now how the politicians threatened her and stuff, and how the son got shot and he even ended up in a wheelchair and stuff. And that's literally what I'm thinking about now, like how all of this information, the main intention is to distract us from ourselves and to get us into that sunken place. And I saw 2 videos on YouTube and I was like, is this the tarot card stuff again, or is this a synchronicity that this stuff is happening, that there's energies that are trying to get us into this sunken place of shame, pity, feeling so much pity for someone else that you start grieving for them, you know, because that's grief. Compassion is suffering with someone, you know. That's why I say only have compassion for yourself. Don't be suffering with other people, you know. You are in suffering, that sucks. I pray with my whole heart that you get better, and that's finished. Their suffering was not your suffering, okay? I literally did like spells on myself, and when I say spells, it wasn't even anything elaborate, no candles, no dancing around the fire, literally words where I spoke over myself that I will not carry so-and-so's burdens, I will not carry so-and-so's burdens, I will not carry no one's burdens, and their burdens are mannerisms, mindsets, you know, being happiness haters, always finding fault with everyone, you know, intense jealousy and competitiveness and stuff. It's so important for us to sit with self and find all of that bad bacteria and pull it out, you know, stuff that was placed in us that was never our character. When I remember my 5 and 3-year-old self, I wasn't that, so I will not accept this, and just take it out. Namaste. Oh, I didn't even taste my tea, it's already cooled down. Okay, it's not bitter, it's earthy, it's African potato tea. This reminds me of Eastern Cape. When I visited there my first of 2 times, and the one chief, like there's literally like, I don't know if he's still a chief, but there's like literally this colored chief in Equilini, like a colored chief. I was like, high five, like in the end it is what it is. We are the sovereigns, that's the way it's supposed to be. And he used to make these huge barrels of root beer for masculine strength, you know. He would even say to the guys, tell your wife she's not going to sleep tonight, and it'd be pouring in their cups. And in that huge barrel there would be all the mountain roots, your African potatoes, people that know about root beer will know, like all the dangerous stuff. I remember I even contributed some Mozambican chilies that I received as a gift. So there was Mozambican chilies in there. The guys were like, aha. But African potato always reminds me of Eastern Cape. I love Eastern Cape. Something about it. My heart is just in Eastern Cape. Oh, I love Eastern Cape. Oh, I haven't been anywhere in my life that made me feel like Eastern Cape. So to all my Eastern Capeys, yeah, I trusted this was enlightening, insightful. So good to be here recording again. And yeah, till next time. Don't know when it'll be, but till next time.